Devin Booker scored 70 points against the Celtics. The trouble is his teammates only totaled 50 points. Here's Devin Booker on his performance and their losing effort. Take a listen.
And that's my goal. I heard Brad Stevens here one time. He has 40-something points, and I was like, Coach, we're losing. I'd rather be winning right now with 10 points. So we just kept trying to win. Once I got hot, teammates started finding me. I think we cut it to 10, and we just could never get over that hump.
What about hearing the fans cheering, Celtics fans cheering for you?
I mean, that meant a lot, especially here in Boston. I know how rowdy they can be on the opponent sometimes, and I respect that. That's how it should be, but that meant a lot. Like I said, a storied franchise like the Boston Celtics to be able to do it here in TD Garden. It's a night I'm going to remember the rest of my life.
Scott Booker joins Wilt Chamberlain and David Thompson as the only NBA players to score at least 70 points in a loss. How do you think he handled that post-game session with reporters?
A+. Devin Booker drafted just outside of the lottery by Phoenix 2 years ago. Still 20, can't drink legally, just put up 70. He was a part of that platoon-based John Calipari Kentucky team before Alex Porter was injured, and then they went back. You started seeing guys play more than 20 minutes, and he was one of them. Karl Anthony Towns. They started getting 28, 29 minutes until they lost. And they were undefeated to Wisconsin in the Final Four. Devin Booker wasn't able to really showcase how good of a player he could be. Would give him the ball and then do something from nothing off dribble because they had 7 other guys that would end up being drafted at the end of that year. And Karl Anthony Towns, even after the platoon system, everything kind of went through him. You saw Booker kind of always hovering around the three-point line to create space for the other super athletes. And if he was out there, they couldn't, not have a guy around him. Now you're seeing him be ball dominant, and what Earl Watson and the rest of their front office has decided to do with Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Knight, and so on. You're seeing last night, the previous night on Thursday, you had the youngest averaged age in the history of an NBA game for a starting lineup at 21 years and 19 days, and now Devin Booker does this. This will be healthy for them. I'm curious of how Eric Bledsoe kind of reestablishes it in 2016-17, but I'm okay with actually everything. I am a little perturbed on the fact of celebrating in a loss, but you have the second or third worst record at the end of this, and this is a way for you to gain camaraderie, and there always has to be little victories and things.
Well, and I think if they're running around the court at the end of the game, then that's a problem. But in the locker room, and I get the pictures were tweeted out, and maybe they shouldn't have been, but we're not really supposed to. That's a teammate thing. You would celebrate your teammates behind closed doors, even in a loss. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you're disappointed in the loss, but you're still going to build up the guy that got you 70 points.
Absolutely. And I think a reason why a lot of people are like, why is just a straight jump shooter getting drafted 15th as a freshman on a team when he could have been the 5th or 6th best player on the team? A lot of GMs saw through that, and I think his character shined through in that interview, and it shined through in a lot of the combine elements. He's just a high-character guy. Now, all of a sudden, you feel like it's a sure bet he's going to get a max contract. Or once he reaches his restricted deal, Phoenix is going to throw the full boat at him, and no team's going to have a chance to gather him when he's 24 years old. Yeah, his ceiling is somewhere closer to Ray Allen than it is Michael Redd or Joe Johnson, in my opinion.